Welcome back to MTV's 120 Minutes. I'm Louis Largent. This is Brett, and that's Greg, and they are from Bad Religion. Not your atypical, uneducated loser punk band, but...
Yes, we are atypical.
You are atypical? In what way?
We're not typical. Sorry to correct you.
That's okay. But
we are educated, though.
A very fascinating thing about you guys, now I'm not sure exactly what your educational background, but you guys are like Rhodes Scholar geniuses. I know that. What is your...
Brett has been on a Rhodes scholarship for the last 4 years for quarterbacking, actually.
I'm almost a Rhodes Scholar. I'm a high school dropout.
Are you...
But it's practically the same thing.
Okay, now Greg, you're...
I guess I'm the only one who formally has an education, but...
and your education...
That's not the only unique quality of the band.
I know, but it's a pretty unique quality considering you are Ivy League, aren't you?
Well, I'm getting my PhD at Cornell, yeah.
PhD for what?
Zoology.
Now, how does that relate to the band? Is that something you're just interested in?
It's something that I've pursued education ever since the band started. I was one of the few members who stayed in high school. It didn't make me much of a better person, actually, but I continued on to college and did the band, sort of on the side as a hobby. And as I got more ensconced in education, the band got more popular, and so it became increasingly difficult to balance the two. But still, surprisingly, I'm still balancing them.
So now was it difficult having him out of the band? Were you guys, did you think it was going to go on, or was it never in doubt that Bad Religion was going to continue well into the 90s?
We never set long-term goals for Bad Religion. It was always getting together, writing songs, making records. And so it never really came up. But we've been lucky enough and prolific enough to keep making records. So.
It's amazing. You guys are one of the few LA punk bands that's actually survived to this decade. Although Circle Jerks and Fear, I guess Social D kind of counts, but you guys still have the spirit of punk rock. Did you ever think you'd make it this far?
Well, punk rock isn't cancer. You don't have to survive it.
I know. You're right.
A lot of people say that.
When you look back at the era...
You just survived because it appears to be that there was an epidemic crash of all the bands that started in L.A. And in that case, it's true. But I think that was self-motivated by the individual bands. We always believed there was more to our music that wasn't reaching people, and that it still hasn't reached its full potential.
But it is surprising to last this long for any band of any genre. I mean,
this is true.
Rock bands don't usually last 13 years.
You guys are on your 7th album now, right? This is number 7, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, I guess. Well, we're on our 8th because we're writing the next one.
There you go. So we're going to see a new one from your album, which features Jeanette, who is going to be here a little later on. And do you guys know a lot of the bands in L.A.? Jeanette, of course, Concrete Blonde, LA band.
Yeah, we've known Jeanette for about 10 years. And
had no problem coaxing her into coming down and singing?
No, none whatsoever.
We've always wanted to, and it's never been convenient. She's always either been on tour when we were recording, or...
Last year she was supposed to sing on the record Generator, and she was in London working on her record at the time. So this year she happened to be in L.A. when we were doing vocal overdubs, and it just worked perfectly, and she wanted to. So.
And here it is, Struck a Nerve from Bad Religion here on MTV's 120.